So with boxing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out by taking the money muscles out of the wrap juice. Just kind of set them off to the side for right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strain the juice, or wrap liquid, whatever you wanna call it, into our little fat separator here. And then we're just gonna get all that liquid back out. And it'll come in handy in a little bit. So at this point, pork turn-in is at 1 o'clock. I'll start this process relatively early, right after rib turn-in. So probably about 12:35, 12:40, I'm gonna start looking at pork. You know, just kind of looking at what I have, tasting them, trying to justify like what I'm gonna put in a box. Am I just gonna put it in slices? Am I gonna put slices in pulled? Am I gonna put chunks in it? I'm gonna start thinking about, okay, how do I want this box to look? Because I'm probably not gonna be doing the same thing over and over again with boxing. It really depends on the shape, the quality, and how the cook went. So we'll get started with this one. I'm just gonna slice just the end piece off like that, kind of square it up a little bit, just so I can see exactly what I'm looking at here. And so with the end pieces, they're gonna be a little bit mushy. You don't want mushy, you want nice, firm, tender pork. So I know just from experience that this side is a little bit mushy. So I kind of know that in the middle where I'm getting my slices from are gonna be perfectly tender. Now you only need 6 slices in a box, but I think a bigger box with pork looks better. The more there is, the more confident it looks and shows in your cook. So I got 2 money muscles right here just for, just to do a different box presentation. You know, I could sit there, just take the slices and put it in diagonally, make it look pretty. Another box presentation I've done.
So you've just taken the money muscle, or the presentation of a money muscle, and kind of like we talked about, is the strands, the fibers of the meat going with the money muscle, and he's just reconstructing the money muscle in a pulled fashion.
Yeah.
I can tell by the way you're cutting that this one seemed to be a little tight.
A little tight, yeah.
So that one was a little tight.
Right.
And
so what I have here is, for box presentations, if we're looking at this square here, I have a box. So I might go in and just kind of thin it out like this.
Yep.
You know, make it nice like that.
Yep.
Or what I like to do, this is probably my favorite way of doing it, with the pulled. And what I'm probably going to do 90% of the time is I'll keep it nice and tight. You know, I might have to take a little out. And I'll uniform this all on the cutting board.
Yep.
Before putting it in the box. I'll use a spatula or something on the box. But so for this, I'll put these back in. I'm going to let these soak in the wrap liquid for a little bit. Just kind of get more of that flavor that you possibly can. Just a light layer. You don't want to over sauce it, because again, you're going to take away from the pork itself, which you don't want to do. And I'll come back over here with the basin brush, get in that wrap liquid, and just baste it on again. Just like that, just putting a nice little shine on there. I don't set the sauce. I don't, like I said, don't put finishing dust on it. And that's all. So in the box, I'll put it like this. Make sure you have 6 slices, or else minimum of 6 slices, because you don't want to get knocked for that. Now the pulled, let's take out the juice, bring it right on over here, mix around the cutting board, get all that flavor. I'm just going to pour a little dabble of sauce on here, maybe like 2 tablespoons worth. Just mix that in. And again, you're going to reform it to match the money muscle. I like to use my hands a lot. You know, God gave you 2 beautiful tools. Use them up. You know, feel it, form it. Come in here, just like that. And I might just come back, just for reassurance, a little of the wrap juice. just to glaze it over, give it a little shine. And that's pork.
Great job. That's awesome, man.